Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. Alright guys, what we're going to talk about on this episode of the Bullet Points is a Prime Minister of Japan was just assassinated with a gun in a land of no guns. I know, the hypotheses abound. Everything is going to be linked in the description box below. I cannot wait to walk you through this because while this is a tragedy on a national scale, it also points to something else that, oddly enough, ABC is pointing out in the report they did on this exact same issue this morning. Like I said, everything is linked in the description box below, along with my handle for my Truth Social account, at Braden Langley, and then the Twitter account, at BradenLOA. I'd love to see you guys on there, but now, let's say a word from our sponsor, and then we are going to hit this, and hit this hard, because there's a lot to digest here, and I can't wait to take you with you guys. Now, today's sponsor is Acre Gold. In today's economic environment, inflation is actively diminishing the value of our dollar and our savings. One way to fight inflation is investing in gold, and Acre Gold has a program to make gold affordable in order to preserve your savings against future inflation. Check out the link below to find out more, and thank you so much to Acre Gold for making the videos this week possible. Alright guys, so today is Friday. That means we do a Bullet Points in the morning, we do an episode tonight at 9 p.m., but we also do the live stream at 8 p.m., which I cannot wait to see you guys there. But let's get this for this morning's episode of Bullet Points. Breaking news. Attack on former Japan PM stuns nation known for gun control. Now, as I said in the intro, this is from ABC. ABC did a special last night, the video is on the screen and also linked, where they actually had John Hinckley Jr., an attempted presidential assassin, advocating for gun control. You guys can watch the video yourselves, but this is quite a turn. News that former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has been assassinated in broad daylight has shocked not only Japan but the entire world, which has come to associate the relatively low crime nation with strict gun control. Now this came out this morning at 10:15 a.m. There's the plug for the gun control. Even in Japan, they say, whoa, hold on a second, this has become known for a gun control state but a very low crime area. That's because guns don't equate crime, it's much more a cultural influence. But that's a different video for a different time. But let's hit exactly where we're going here and check this out. Although major universities in Japan have riflery clubs and Japanese police are armed, most Japanese go through life without ever handling or even seeing a real gun. Stabbings are more common as a fatal crime, and so the debate over the right to bear arms is a distant issue in Japan and has been for decades. It's a complete gun control state. We know that. But now we're going to start getting into the different parts of personal made firearms and the ghost gun legislation arguments that we had months ago. You can't legislate out morality. This is a perfect example. I'm not talking about the nation as a whole, I'm talking about this one incident. If you have Psycho A who gets pipes and makes improvised devices, all the gun control in the world is not going to stop that because you cannot legislate morality. Crazy going crazy, just like criminals going to criminal. But check this out, even ABC is hinting on that same point. Adding to the complexity, reports that the weapon used in the shooting may have been homemade, meaning that existing gun controls could be ineffectual. Existing gun controls could be ineffectual because if someone gets the mindset to do something, it's not that hard to recreate something that was created in the 14, 15, and 1600s. A base prime level of a firearm is what we're talking about here. Here's a picture of it on the screen. Doesn't get more rudimentary than that. Even though they had the most extensive and stringent gun laws in one of the developed world countries, you still had this exact same thing happen. Now, Japan and the United States are completely different. There are completely different cultural norms. One is mostly homogenous, one is heterogeneous. We are talking about apples and oranges. However, one thing that is in common is gun control in itself. Now check this out. This is something that's incredibly important because look at the rules that Japan has to go through for access to firearms. Under Japanese law, possession of firearms, as well as certain kinds of knives and other weapons, like bow guns, is illegal without a special license. Importing them is also illegal. So I'm going to take a little pause there. Do you remember how early in this article it said stabbing was much more common than firearm violence? Well, if they're all illegal, it sounds more like a cultural reference than an actual firearm reference. Because if you have knives and bow guns that are all illegal but they still get used, it's about criminals and violent behavior of individuals. You can't legislate morality. But let's continue. Those who wish to own firearms must go through a stringent background check. Leftists want that here. Including clearance by a medical doctor. Here. And declare information about family members. Leftists want that here. They must also pass tests to show how they know how to use firearms correctly. Aptitude test. Leftists want that. Those who pass and purchase a gun must also buy a special locking system for the weapon at the same time. Leftist states here want safe storage laws. All the things that left gun controllers are advocating here exist in Japan. There are multiple situations, multiple stances of where we have existing desired outcomes, but are not working in the developed world. But for some reason, it's going to work here. Very similar to how socialism and the allure of socialism and communism hasn't been done right before. Even though 100 million people are dead in the 20th century alone from that ideology, it just wasn't done right. We'll do it right this time. And that's the whole point. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I will see you tonight at the 8 p.m. live show and then the 9 p.m. segment. See you there.